Hi, Jason here from Storyteller Overland. Winterizing and using your mode in cold weather or freezing conditions is an important part of maintaining your vehicle. While your mode is set up to handle 4-season weather during use, just like in your home, precautions must be taken to ensure freezing temperatures do not damage the plumbing systems. This video covers the plumbing system. For additional information on cold weather use with other systems, such as the mPower Energy Storage System, refer to the owner resource section at StorytellerOverland.com. If your vehicle will be stored in freezing temperatures, we recommend winterizing the plumbing systems. This includes vehicles being daily driven, where the heat is not being used full time. If you have a particular trip you want to use the water system on, reversing the winterization is quick and easy. Just follow the steps in your user guide. For short trips, you can always carry water containers, and as long as you don't pour water down the drains, you'll be fine. Okay, let's get started. You will need 2 to 3 gallons of non-toxic RV antifreeze, a towel, and a measuring cup to complete this procedure. Before you start this process, make sure you have already emptied your gray water tank. Let's start with emptying the freshwater tank and supply lines. First, make sure the water pump is off. Yes, it's okay to drain the fresh water directly on the ground. To do this, locate the freshwater tank drain valve, which is located behind the access port at the rear of the water supply cabinet. It is the black valve on the vertical hose connected to the bottom of the tank and the floor of the vehicle. Turn the freshwater tank drain valve counterclockwise, parallel with the line. Now open the low point drain, which is located under the groove lounge. To access this valve, open the access port at the front of the groove lounge base. It is the black valve immediately behind the access port. Next, open the sink handle to a medium temperature setting, which will allow water to drain from under the vehicle. Next, access the 2 low point drain valves by removing the 3rd galley drawer from the top. To do this, pull out the drawer until it stops, and then reach under the drawer and press in on both green handles to release the drawer. You now have access to the 2 valves. Once the water has drained, shut all 3 low points, the tank drain and the sink faucet. Now let's focus on winterizing the freshwater lines. First, locate the siphon tube behind the water cabinet access door and place the end of the siphon tube into the RV antifreeze container. Now follow the siphon tube back to find the white 3-way valve and turn to the intake position, which is the handle pointed toward the siphon tube. Make sure all fixtures are in the off position. Then turn the water pump switch to on and the antifreeze will begin to pump out of the container. Pay attention to the antifreeze level in the container and do not let the pump run dry. Please note that the pump will stop once the system is pressurized. With the pump on, start with the sink and open the valve slightly to the cold position. Once the faucet stops sputtering and is flowing antifreeze only, turn the faucet off. Now, repeat this process using the hot position on the sink faucet. On 2021 models, you must winterize the hot water recirc system. To do this, press the hot water recirc button once. Then, open the sink faucet to the hot water setting. The color of the liquid will start with light pink and eventually turn pure pink. Repeat this process to ensure all water is out of the recirc line. Turn off the faucet when finished. We are now finished with the recirc system for the 2021 and newer models and will not need to repeat. Now let's turn our attention to the halo shower and then the rear shower. Begin with the halo shower and start by turning the faucet to cold. When you see pink antifreeze, then turn the faucet to hot. After you see pink antifreeze, turn it off. On the rear shower, open up the cold faucet and when it turns pink, turn it off. Then open up the hot faucet and when it turns pink, turn it off. Make sure that you have antifreeze flowing from both hot and cold on all fixtures. Finally, turn the white 3-way valve back to the freshwater tank position toward the back of the RV. Turn off the water pump and store the siphon tube. You have just finished winterizing the freshwater supply lines. Next, we will winterize the freshwater fill port. There are two options. Option 1, remove the cover cap and filter screen from the freshwater fill port. Gently press in on the one-way valve located behind the filter screen to drain the fill line. Replace the filter screen and cover cap. Option 2, connect an RV plumbing line blowout plug to the freshwater fill port and blow compressed air into the fill port for at least 15 seconds to clear any water trapped in the fill line. Do not use compressed air pressures above 40 psi. Now let's winterize the Galley sink drain pump. First, pour approximately 1 gallon of non-toxic RV antifreeze down the Galley sink drain. Then, with the M-Power system on, run the sink drain pump until the antifreeze is pumped through the line and the sound of the pump changes. Next, pour approximately 1 cup of non-toxic RV-grade antifreeze down the sink drain. Do not use the sink drain pump this time. Now let's focus on the gray water tank. Remember, gray water disposal varies from place to place, so be sure you follow the laws in your area. First, remove the cover cap from the gray water tank outlet. Then connect a 3-inch diameter sewer hose and place the opposite end into the cleanout station, making sure there are no low spots in the hose for gray water to collect. Next, pull the handle of the gray water valve to drain the tank. Close the valve and replace the cap. Finally, pour 2 quarts of non-toxic RV-grade antifreeze down the flex space shower drain. That's it. You have winterized your vehicle. Remember, all this information, including de-winterizing, can be found in your user guide and on our website under the Owner Resources section.